Hello, I'm Seb Maley and I'm the CEO of Qdos Contractor. HMRC have recently targeted nearly 1,500 contractors currently or previously working with the pharmaceutical giant GlaxoSmithKline, accusing them all of wrongly working outside IR35 during the 2018-19 tax year. We were contacted by more than 100 contractors who had received letters from HMRC in the last fortnight. We got in touch with the Financial Times, who then broke the news that the tax office had sent what are identical letters to contractors. The letters are aggressive and they demonstrate that HMRC is of the view that around 1,500 contractors are guilty until proven innocent, stating in the letter that it's their view that the contract between their PSC and GSK comes under the off-payroll working rules. It is important to note, however, that while HMRC will likely have caught sight of written contracts, it will not have inspected each contractor's actual working practices at this stage. And therefore, given that the tax office has definitely not established the full facts of every working engagement, it can't say with much confidence that these contractors belong inside IR35. The letter also explains that contractors who disagree with HMRC's opinion have got to respond in writing by the 19th of September, and it goes on to say how contractors who accept HMRC's view can calculate and make the deemed payment, which is the tax owed whilst working inside IR35. The approach taken by HMRC here is reflective of the tax office's growing aggression towards independent workers who, concerningly, have grown accustomed to being targeted by a tax office that is desperate to raise revenues. If you have received a letter, please don't panic, but also don't ignore it. HMRC's claim is no doubt going to be a concern to you, but until a full and thorough review of your actual working practices has been conducted, you are definitely innocent until proven otherwise. The tactics that HMRC have employed in this scenario are irresponsible and deliberately designed to scare contractors, but bear in mind that HMRC has won just one IR35 tribunal outright this decade, which suggests that the tax office doesn't understand the IR35 legislation. Therefore, it almost goes without saying that you should not take HMRC's word for it and should not settle. Given the complexity of the IR35 legislation and the aggressive nature of HMRC, we recommend that you contact an IR35 specialist who will be able to assist you with your response and advise you on taking the best course of action when dealing with the issue. Taking on HMRC alone is definitely inadvisable. In terms of what this means for contractors in general, it's vital that contractors are aware of HMRC's approach to I-35 compliance, given the tax office could well contact other large private sector firms with a view to opening up widespread I-35 inquiries. In other words, the Revenue's latest attack on independent workers could be a sign of things to come, and I think we've got to work off the basis that this may well be the case. Above all else, the current situation with GSK really demonstrates how important it is that contractors are confident of their IR35 status, regardless of the fact that from next April, unless you work with a small private sector firm, you're not going to be setting it. The issue with GSK isn't going to directly affect recruiters and other clients, but with the IR35 reform approaching fast, businesses that engage contractors and agencies that place independent workers would also be wise to take note of how HMRC polices IR35. From the 6th of April 2020, whichever party operates as the fee payer in the supply chain will carry the IR35 liability, which means that HMRC will approach them and not the contractor. This has already been the case in the public sector since 2017. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updates and case studies, and for more information, see the links that are in the comments.